And welcome back to the Comet Crater. Teams just had the coin toss. Comets won and elected to defer. So Pioneer will be receiving to start this game here in just over 45 seconds. So we'll get to start the evening seeing how well this Comets defense is going to stack up against the Panthers offense.
Yeah, absolutely. The adrenaline's brewing right now, and if you can always give that to the defense, you're going to pick that every single time. These guys are ready to play, so we'll see what happens here on this Panthers' first offensive drive.
Now, I got to say, Gage, just looking at this front row of Panthers compared to all of the Comets out there, it looks like there's a size disparity.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is when the weight room comes into play. This Comets team, I lift with them in the weight room every day during school, and these guys, they get after it, so hopefully that time in the weight room can pay off here tonight. That one's unfortunately going to land out of bounds, so opening penalty to start, and it's going to give Pioneer some terrific field position here to start.
Looks like he was trying to compensate for that wind, which is blowing straight into the face of the press box here. Got a pretty stout east wind, and it looks like he just overcompensated for it.
Marking at the 35 and start our ball game there on the far hash mark for Micah Reyes. Rushing.
First offensive drive here for the Pioneer Panthers.
Rams will go over center on the first play of the game. Again, Panthers going from our left to our right.
It's a run right up the middle, and pretty decent gain there to start. That was Noah Van Meter there, the junior, 5'10", 175, for a gain of around 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, looks like he cut that. The chain's about in half there.
Another play right up the middle. This offensive line, they're just pushing the Panthers down the field. Micah Rands is the starting quarterback here tonight for the Pioneer Panthers, and he hasn't thrown yet, but this Pioneer Panthers team, they're moving the ball pretty handily to start the game. See if the Comets can find that willpower to go three and out here on defense. Once again, Rands under center. Rands toward the outside. Rands cutting upfield. Manier tries to make the tackle, slips, and Rands unfortunately steps out of bounds. Looked like he had a clear shot at the end zone, but that's just when you got to have that field awareness to know where you are. And unfortunately, Rand's not going to get there. But big game there for Pioneer.
Absolutely, and that stiff arm against Manier.
Yeah, Manier winning. He did everything right. He got low, but Rand saw it. He was able to extend the arm and get him off of him and go for around 15 more yards, it looks like.
Boy, I was looking at the stats here. Near side, we got number 75, the junior Liam Roush.
Rands once again cutting upfield, and that's looking like a touchdown, Panthers. So a statement here made in the opening quarter as Micah Rands rolls into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, found that hole there and just went for it.
Yeah, we've played him on the basketball court, and he's just one of those guys who are so shifty. He uses his small frame and acceleration so well, and he shows it off here on the football field as he places the kick, and great hold right through the uprights for a PAT.
Wow. And with just over a minute gone, that puts Pioneer to 7-0 lead.
And Chris Stewart can't be happy about the way the game has started for his Comets. Again, he talked about, and again, he mentioned, it's against the third-ranked team in the state, the Carroll Cougars. They scored first. Caston scored
well,
first in that
While the Comets talk over the strategy as they will line up to receive the kick, we're going to step away, say thank you to Rochester Iron and Metal for helping bring this broadcast to you here on RTC. Panthers on the field to send the football to the home team. Kickoff will be there by number 56, who I don't see on the roster.
Pioneers send this one away for the Comets' first offensive possession. Bounces to Yarber. He's going to take it. Cuts up field twice and gains about 8 to 10 yards. So decent field position here to start for the Comets. They take it up to about the 30-yard line. We're going to have a first look at this Molenkoff-led offense by Gavin Molenkoff and his younger brother at the receiving role. And this is where you can see you might be able to run it to test how this Panthers defense is going to play it, or you can try to get those 6 points right back on a pass. So we'll see what Molenkoff does here tonight. It's going to be a sweep to Boyer. Boyer cuts up field, and nothing's going to be found there. Makes it back to the line of scrimmage before being tackled. And we've seen as the season goes on, there's been a lot more guys in the passing role for the Comets. Molenkoff, of course, led it off. Then we saw a couple passes by Yarber. We saw, I heard Ashton Boyer threw a couple passes during their last game. So this Comets team is not afraid to use more than one player to throw the ball and try to advance it. A pitch play to Yarber. Yarber trying to beat towards the outside. And he's going to get around 4 yards.
Yarber taking special care to secure that football in that carry. It's been something of a struggle this season for the Comets, and it's good to see that that's being addressed and they're really being mindful of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You always want to try to get as many yards as you can, but if it's always between keeping possession and protecting the football, sometimes it's best to just go out of bounds. Snap to Boyer. Boyer, great block by the defensive line. Boyer is a foot race to the end zone, and he's tackled at the opposite 35-yard line. So that is the explosiveness we've referenced here in the pregame show, and Boyer really uses it to an advantage there. I apologize, I was not able to see who laid that block, but that was textbook offensive line. Really got out and accelerated through that block, and that's just what the Comets have done so well this year, in my opinion. They've really improved their offensive line, and this line is a super young team, and they've been able to do just a great job. Right back to Boyer, right up the gun. He's driving in a gain of around 4.5 yards. That's what we talked about, this Comets team. They just need a couple plays to really get churning. We saw that run by Boyer, and now they're cooking with bacon grease, as my dad likes to say, and they're looking good for their opening drive here.
And I'll tell you, just from being in the wrestling room with Ashton last season, he is so fast and so strong. Matter of fact, I saw him take a penalty in a wrestling match for should have been a perfectly legal takedown.
Throw outside handoff, Yarber, run up the middle.
That's going to be close to moving the chains.
Great.
That'll do it.
Yep, great ball carrier vision there by Yarber. He tried to get to the outside, get to the sideline, but as we saw that outside linebacker cut back in, he decides to cut it back up as well, and he's going to pick up about 3 to 4 extra yards just off of that move.
Absolutely, and just more speed on the field. Yarber, fantastic addition to the track squad last season, and the current record holder of the Caston 40-yard 40-yard wind sprint.
20, so gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for Caston. Yeah, 8:30 counting here in the first quarter. Pioneer leads at 7.
Caston now breaking into the Pioneer red zone.
Another handoff. Molenkoff rolls out, tries to look, finds a man, and that is Lucius Edison. the junior, and he's going to get a great reception there. Mollenkoff, he was immediately looking for his younger brother Logan on the outright towards the end zone. Didn't see it. Takes a little drop back, finds Edison there, and that was just delivered right in the breadbasket there. That's something we didn't really see from Mollenkoff a couple years ago, but now he has that offensive line to protect him. He's able to just make plays happen, and we saw it right there. So the Comets' first appearance in the red zone here tonight. Right back up to Boyer. Boyer looks like he might have got back to the line of scrimmage. And he will, just gets there. 2nd and goal for this Comets team.
They gave him a yard.
Hey, we'll take any yards and we can get it, especially when you're in the red zone here. Make 2nd down a little bit more manageable.
2nd and goal, 8 to go.
I like this one-on-one matchup with Mollenkoff in the corner. Back to Boyer, rollout, fumble. Yarber heads up play, diving on it. Comets might have been able to pick up another yard there. It looks like they did. So 3rd down and 6 here. Excuse me, 3rd down and 7. Big play upcoming here early in the game. You want to convert on this opportunity. This is what makes ball games so competitive, is how well can you convert on 3rd down, and not only 3rd down, but in the red zone. This is where the Comets really have to take advantage of the terrific drive they've had so far.
Yeah, let's not split hairs. The final 10 yards to the goal line are the longest 10 on the field, I think.
Back up to Boyer. Sweep towards the outside. Boyer looks like he got about 4 or 5 yards, going to be short. So Coach Ulrich has a decision to make here to open the game. 4th and 1. This is when I'm going to trust my offensive line. They've been spectacular this entire game, and if I'm the Comets, I'm just going to pound it right down there one more time. We've seen Boyer do it. We've seen Yarber do it.
This is where we miss Sam Duvall at center.
Absolutely.
Sam Duvall and Gavin Hickle, we're going to fly a wedge right in the middle.
Absolutely. This is just when pure willpower is going to take shape here. It's a roll towards Boyer on the outside, and he's in for 6.
They're going to call it good.
Big call there by Ulrich. Trusts his offensive line, trusts his quarterback, trusts Boyer. And they're going to punch it in there for 6. And just by watching this opening drive, this Comets team, they have a different movement about them. They have a little bit more swagger than they had the last couple weeks. They look determined out here, and let's see if Drew McGrew can put one through the post for 1. Good hold by Mollenkoff. That one's going to be blocked, unfortunately. So still great opening drive here by the Comets. 6-7. They're only down 1. 6 minutes left to play in this first quarter, and we've got a real matchup brewing.
Absolutely. Once again, just the energy of this cross-county rivalry. 2 Hoosier North schools, so similar. Again, so many friendships, so many rivalries here. Come back and see how the rest of this first quarter plays out as Pioneer will retake possession after the break here on RTC. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 5:56 left in the first. Pioneer 7, Caston 6 here at the Comet Crater. Panthers on the field ready to receive.
Both teams had terrific offensive drives here to start this game, and I don't expect any different. I don't see why any reason we would stop scoring here on both sides of the ball, so we'll see if the Comets can mount a stand here on defense. But I'll tell you what, that Pioneer team looked awful good on their first possession of the ball game. Mollenkoff, a lot better kick to start. Line drive to Pioneer. They're cutting up the middle of the field, and a collective tackle there by Gavin Mollenkoff, and I believe that was Ethan Reeser.
So they will
down with just 10 yards to midfield.
Excuse me, Lane Holterman with that kickoff tackle there. My apologies. 1st and 10 here from the 42-yard line.
So good field position on their first 2 possessions. 5:50
Micah Rands, the Comets, they've just got to start containing him. The contain has been a little bit of an issue here for Caston. And an open field tackle. We'll see if Manier can make it. He might be outran towards the end zone, and unfortunately,
that's going to go all the way. Wow.
So it's been punched. Comets punched back, and Pioneers going to punch back as well. And 3 really great offensive drives. We might need to have to see a little more defense from both sides of the ball, but nonetheless, great punch back there by Pioneer, and they once again find themselves up here in the first quarter. That's just one of the things. The Comets, they have to contain Rands, but when you try to contain a quarterback, it also opens plays right up the middle of the field, and unfortunately that's what happened there. But Comets not out of reach, still great opening drive. They can respond here on their second drive of the game for sure.
Absolutely. The one thing, though, that comes to mind for me is if you're going to burn 5 minutes to score and let the other team score within 15 seconds, it's not going to go well for you by the end of the night. So Comets defense definitely needing to step that up, or the offense needs to make it happen faster, and we're just going to have a football score that looks like a typical basketball score, one or the other.
Absolutely. Comets, like we said earlier, they're doing a great job scoring the ball. They've been getting the ball in the end zone a pretty decent amount. It's just about making the plays on defense when it matters. And unfortunately, haven't really seen that tonight. Their offense have really kept them in the ball game so far. But this is the moment past this point when the Comets really got to start locking in defensively.
Yeah. Well, and when you end up with a one-on-one situation like we saw there with Manier and Rands, it just doesn't tend to go well for the defense, especially when Manier was a little bit on his back foot because he was expecting at least a little bit of time from the line to allow himself to get in position. And so he was running him down. There at the end, he nearly got a hold of Rands' shoelaces, but that was a bit too little too late. Ball in the air. Heads to the back line.
Direct kick to Yarber. Yarber cuts back up towards the sideline. You see him protecting that football. And they're finally going to call the play dead there. Yarber, he got tackled immediately, put his other hand on the football. He's learning from the past couple of weeks. So Comets improving their ball security here in this one. That's something they've really got to take advantage of, especially we saw it a couple weeks ago. The only reason, in my opinion, they lost that game was because of the unfortunate turnovers they had possessing the ball, especially in the rain. So it just comes back to whoever wins a turnover battle more often than not ends up winning the football game.
Absolutely, and I have to give props to Jabez there. He was slung around and managed to keep his feet, really did his best to.
Looks like timeout Comets are going to take.
All right. Well, while they stop to talk strategy, we're going to step away and say thank you to our sponsors. Stay tuned for more Comets and Panther football here on RTC TV4.
So, whatever Chris Ulrich wanted to talk about, he's finished. You're back out after the timeout.
Comets will start their second offensive drive on the 32-yard line. First and 10. Fake handoff. Molenkoff rolls out right. His Molenkoff wide open. Foot race to the end zone. Micah Rands tracking. Molenkoff cuts it back upfield. Juke moves, and that is the explosiveness we've seen from the Comets this season.
Fantastic gain of yards there.
Once again, the reason Molenkoff was able to get out of the pocket was the work from the offensive line. We didn't see that last year. This offensive line, they've improved a heck of a lot, and Molenkoff, quarterback, was able to roll out and connect with his younger brother, and that's something you love to see, especially two guys who grew up throwing the football in the backyard, able to connect on a big play in a primetime matchup that's special. First and 10 from the 13, so good start here. Back up to Boyer. He's run the ball a lot, and a little gain there. might have been back to the line of scrimmage. Not sure.
Looks like that's
no gain. No gain there, 2nd and 10.
It is 1st and 10 from the Pioneer 2nd and 10.
So quarterback Gavin Mollenkoff, he's thrown a total of 2 passes here and almost has a total of 100 yards passing. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Comets try to throw another one through the air. They're going to hand it back up to Yarber, who cuts it back up. That's going to gain maybe 2 or 3 yards. Of course, it's so hard to see from our position here.
Looks like they gave him 2. Comets are going to need a couple of larger than average gains here to go, get outside of the chains, or they're going to need to just go ahead and punch it into the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. This Comets team, they've passed really well. I would expect them to go back to the passing game. The offensive line, they've been holding their own there in the trenches, and I expect Mollenkoff to get this one out. Back to Boyer. Swing cut back to Yarber. Yarber driving, and it looks like might be a first down, just short. Looks like it is just short, 4th and about a yard. And we've seen this situation in this game before. Once again, I'm going to trust my offensive line. Just try to get 1 more yard. 4th and 2 to go. So Comets offensive line, that puts together a master class here tonight. See if they can do it one more time and pick up a couple yards. Move these chains, get it a first and goal on the 3-yard line. That would be terrific. Yarber back in the gun with Boyer. Mollenkoff in the tight end position. Back to Boyer. That might be a false start. That will be. That's just a backbreaker for this Comets team. Now there's a real decision to be made whether to bring on McGrew for a field goal. No field goal unit in sight, and it looks like the Comets are going to try to chance it here. 4th and 6 to go, ball on the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think so, because worst case scenario, you turn over on downs, you've still got Pioneer deep in their own territory.
Yeah, absolutely. In first quarter, plenty game left to go, and this Comets team, they've been explosive. Why not trust your offense here another time? Snap to Yarber, and that one's going to go nowhere. Tried to throw it out. Incompletion, whether it was a fumble or not, doesn't amount to much because Pioneer will take over.
And so the Comets are going to give it up on down, so the Pioneer defense did stiffen.
So really promising drive there from the Comets, but no points in sight. And the defensive unit is going to come onto the field for their 3rd performance here tonight. Let's see if they can finally get some things locking down the opposite side of the ball.
So Pioneer takes over after the defense holds, leading 14-6, 2:18 to play, first quarter. Out of Caston High School. Game number 4 in high school football season. We are quite halfway through it already.
Micah Rands once again under center.
Rands over center.
Hand, Micah's going to keep it. And a gain of around, no gain.
Sorry to say, he might have even lost a yard there.
Looked like he might have been able to get out, pick a yard, but that offense cornerback really came in and closed that opportunity down pretty quick. So good opening drive here for the Comets on the defensive side. Is hopefully see if they can do it for 2 more plays and get the football back. Rands once again under center. Run right up the middle. It is Van Meter there, and Van Meter is going to take it to the end zone unless Manier can catch up. And
I think that's on the board. There it is. Incredible run there.
His second touchdown of the night. This one will be a 91-yard run from the 9-yard line. A 2-play drive that time. For the Pioneer Panthers, they lead it 20-6. This one comes with 1:53 play.
Just under the 2-minute mark to go.
That's just a backbreaker there for the Comets defense. Had a really good first down there and just unfortunately missed a couple blocks. And before you know it, Pioneers in the end zone. Good kick there, 21-6.
Kick is good by so a 2-play, 91-yard.
Well, we're going to step away, say thank you to our sponsors while the Comets prepare to receive another kickoff. We'll be back here in about a minute on RTC TV. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Comets offense set up to receive and looking to chip into this 15-point deficit that they're looking at right now.
Yeah, Comets, unfortunate defensive outing here tonight, but this Comets team, very explosive, and it only takes a few plays like we talked about before. Yarber returns it again, finds it up the sideline. There's going to be a block. Flag on the field. Might be late hit out of bounds. I'm not sure what that was all about. We'll see what the referees call here. Very interesting. It's like looking like a late hit out of bounds. And it will be. That's going to be on the Panthers. And, you know, you had that bubble. You can make those type of mistakes when it ultimately comes down to it. But no coach wants to see that. Yarber just barely out of bounds. And once you're out of bounds, you are not allowed to be touched. And Panthers lay a hit there, and Comets going to get around 10 extra yards, I believe. 15 yards, excuse me.
So, Comets are going to start this drive on the Panthers' 45.
Yep, great field position. Got to make something happen. Back to Boyer.
A little bit of a bobble as he received that snap. He was able to still get a hold of it and get one on there. Under 60 seconds left here in the first quarter.
We're down under a minute to play, and number one Pioneer leads at 21-6. Caston with their third possession of the night. Marched right down the field on their first possession. Looked good. Start their second possession and a big pass play. Got them deep into Pioneer territory, but the Pioneer defense stiffened.
Mollenkoff in the backfield to receive. Pitch to Yarber. Yarber stiff arm. And gains maybe 3 or 4.
Exactly 30 seconds to play.
It's like a gain of 2.
We'll mark it at the 41. Quite at the 41. Sort of between the 42, 41 yard line.
Gain of 3 there on that run. So third down
About
and
6 to go, yeah.
That's where the Comets got to take advantage here. This field position, really don't want to let it go to waste. Mollenkoff rolls out towards the right, throws it, and that's going to be just over the head of number 18, Shiloh Ryan. But there's going to be a flag on the play. We'll see what it is.
Now, bring up fourth down if Atterbury decides to decline this penalty.
Not sure what this call would be. We heard some chatter up in the booth. Might be a legal man downfield, but we'll see. And it will be. Penalties declined, obviously. So Comets, fourth down decision here to make. Don't want to squander this terrific field goal percentage. Not field goal, excuse me. Field position. They might go for it. I don't see why not. And it looks like they're going to putt this one away.
Looks like they will punt. They'll go in punt formation. Anyway, Michael Rands now is going to head back.
Rands to receive. Good kick on the way.
Caleb Chandler. This one's going to go out of bounds. From the near sideline. Let's see where they put it.
Looks like the ball's going to be down about the 16-yard line.
Still wait for the officials. We have 15 and a half seconds to go in the first quarter, so we're coming up to our quarter break here.
Panthers going to start this drive on the Comets 16-yard line, on their own 16-yard line, so not a bad punt there. Comets getting a little bit of helping hand here on the defensive side to get this one started.
Comets defense definitely going to have to dig in here.
Yeah, they got to find something. This is point of the game when the jitters have worn off, and you got to start finding something on the defensive side. Good blocking downfield. Comets swarm there.
I mean, it's enough to move the chain, but at least it wasn't all the way to the end zone.
That's just what the Comets, they've got to stop limiting these big plays. They've got to find that fire and to get out of the gap and hit somebody, and they've got to find that urgency here. They had it in the opening couple 10-15 minutes, but they've starting to lose it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, at the end of one, it's Pioneer 21, Caston 6. We'll be back after a couple words from our sponsors for second quarter action here at the Comet Crater on RTC TV4. Pioneer now. Once again, fresh set down, still on their own 35-yard line.
Rand's rolling towards the right side. Comets miss a tackle. Manier trips him, and the rest of the Comets can pull the one down, and a flag's out on the field. This is going to be for the helmet popping off of this Panthers player, and not sure who that is. That's Eli Guffey, the junior there. I believe he's going to have to set out a play or so, and he'll be back in this one.
Looks like it's going to wipe out the run by Micah Rands there. And now they're taking the ball back to where he was. So he apparently got to midfield. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, it turns out to be. That's going to be against Pioneer, so that run completely wiped out, and that's not something you want as a Panthers fan.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, as a Panthers administrator, you don't want an unsportsmanlike.
Absolutely. These kids out here, they're competing. It's a competitive sport. It's a gritty sport. You go out and hit other guys, but you got to be able to keep your temper down when the play's over.
Anyway, it's back to 1st and 10.
Another run up the middle. Why not?
Looked like he split the chain markers.
Yeah, we got to give credit to this Panthers offensive line. They've really been putting in the work. They're moving the ball. These runs don't just come because people break out and run to the end zone. It's because those offensive linemen, they move the bodies to clear the runway to the end zone. And this Panthers offensive line really came to play, and we're all noticing it here tonight. Dead ball here.
See a flag, but you blown the whistle.
Official timeout.
Official timeout, but the clock is once again rolling here. 2nd and 4. Rands missed tackle there, cuts up field. Parker Zimmerman, the freshman, unable to make that tackle, had him in the backfield, and that's just one of the things. Like these freshmen, they're so explosive. They've got the body and speed involved to be a great football player. But when it comes down to it, you got to be able to wrap up these guys when you can, and the inexperience shows right there. But it takes a lot to just even get back in that situation. So great job there by Zimmerman, just unable to bring him down. Back to the running back, why not? And that's going to be another terrific gain there. Van Meter, he's had a pretty successful night here, to say the least. He's had a couple touchdowns, and he's been really carrying this Pioneer team. Him and Micah Rands have just really put on performance here against this Comets defense, and Comets are just trying to find momentum wherever they can on the defensive side. But like we said before, couple plays can change the whole course of a game. So let's see if the Comets can finally lock in here on 2nd and short and get the ball back. Back up the right side of the field, and that's a good stop there by that Comets defense. Eli Nicole there stopped short by the Comets, and Parker Zumpman, like we mentioned before, missing that tackle. He came right back and answered with a tackle of his own there on 2nd and short. And now you've got a situation at the Comets you've been looking for all night. You got 3rd and medium. This is where statements are made. This is where momentum can shift. And the Comets, you've got to take advantage right here, especially down 2 possessions here halfway through the first half. You got to find something. Right up the middle, they're going to get the first down chains to move. And Comets, they've got some more yardage to work with for the Panthers can reach the end zone, see if they can finally lock in here.
Well, and in spite of those chains moving, this has been the first real statement by this Comets defense. They have forced the Panthers to use over 3 minutes now, where the first 3 possessions the Pioneer had, within just a few plays, they'd found the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. The first 3 possessions that Pioneer had was pretty much bang, 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 run toward the end zone. But Micah Rands rolling out here towards the left side, makes a man miss, cuts back upfield. Gavin Molenkoff, the other quarterback, bringing him down.
That was a great stiff arm by Rands, but it slowed him down to the point that the Comets defense was able to find him.
2nd and 5 here for the Pioneer Panthers. Knock it on the door of the red zone here at the 27-yard line.
So far, Caston's defense has not been able. This will be the most plays the Pioneers in a drive.
Rands rolls out right. Parker Zempelman not able to get around there, and Gage Manier there with a tackle.
Unfortunately, not before Rands cleared the chains.
Number 20, Gage Manier.
Actually, they're going to mark him 21 still. And first down by a couple. He needed to get it to the 23. All marked over on the far side, on the Panther side of the field. Down under 8 minutes to play in the first half. And you're up 21-6. Coming off of a shutout win against Middlebury.
Rands under center. He's going to roll out the pass here. Gets tackled by
that was
Volkov, but
big catch there in the end zone.
Panthers, that was Gage Lakes, the freshman there. Rands took a big hit from Molenkoff on that throw, but able to hang in there and complete the pass. Risky, but it paid off here, and everything's going the way for the Panthers here tonight.
Comes with 7:23 to play. First score of the second quarter. 7:23. Over Patrick. And the attempt his 4th extra point of the night. It's 27-6.
Kick is down. Kick is up, and no good. Misses a little bit towards the right, so Comets get a break there on the PAT.
First miss of the night on the PAT for the Panthers. Still 27-6 advantage Pioneer. We're going to step away, thank our sponsors, and we'll be back for the Comets attempt to answer this score. You're watching Comets and Panthers football here on RTC. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7:23 remains here in the first half. Comets now looking to break the scoring drought that they've accrued.
Yeah, Comets, if you want the ball back, this is about the time you want it. Around 7 minutes to go. You got 7 minutes to punch in the end zone, and the Comets deferred, so they're going to get the ball at the start of the second half. So for the Comets, you're really looking to try to punch one in here, use a lot of that clock, and then get the ball back and try to do the same at the start of the second half. But we can't get ahead of ourselves. The Comets had to score here on this drive to make that possible. Low kick here, and Yarber's going to go back and receive it at the 5. Good block there by Boyer, and Yarber makes the best of a dire situation right there. Brings it out to around the 19, 18-yard line.
I do see a flag on our side of the ball spot. Oh, that is Comets blocking the back. That's going to make already bad field position even worse, Gage.
Yeah, absolutely not trying to get a block in the back, especially in this situation. Yarber was back deep. At that point, you're just trying to find a block wherever you can. Lays a block in the back. Refs caught it, and the Comets going to be backed up all the way here on the 9-yard line. So, be a real statement if they can manage to punch this one in for 6. Back to Boyer. We've seen him do it all night.
Didn't get it done that time, though, unfortunately.
Driven back after he hit the 10. Several Panthers there.
It's like a gain of 1 there, so Comets pick up 1 yard, but they're going to need a lot more to move these chains here.
So it'll be 2nd and 9.
You don't necessarily need a lot of yardage each play, but you need more than 1.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to try to get around 3 to 4 yards per play, but of course that's not always going to happen. So you got to find the big plays when they come along. Right back to Boyer, and we got to give credit to the Panthers defense right there. They Comets tried a little bit of a screen play, a little bit of a counter, read it like a book there by the Panthers.
Gain of about 1.
They'll give him credit out to the 12. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Comets trailing 27-6. Ball at their own 12-yard line. Ball calls back in shotgun formation. Yarber.
Outside handoff, Yarber to throw, Molenkoff, and that is going to be a PI. So Comets, they're going to get a 1st down there. That's something. You really got to reach in the bag of tricks for that one. Yarber got the outside handoff. He was looking like he was going to do a sweep, drops back, lets it go. Molenkoff just gets lit up there by the safeties, and we all saw that.
We got 3 canaries there on the field.
3 flags on the field just to make sure everyone understood what happened right there, and Molenkoff really took a hit for his team there.
Yeah. The Comets stands just collectively. Oh, and yeah, if the officials hadn't thrown the flags, that might have been a riot.
Absolutely. Molenkoff still showed the aggressiveness to go up there and try to pull that one in, even really there was no chance. But hats off to Molenkoff for the effort, and it's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Well, that's going to bring the ball spot out to about the
26-yard line.
There you go.
Gain, that was a 15-yard penalty, so fresh set of downs here. Back to Boyer. Great blocking. Boyer lays the hit on that looks like 51, and he's hot. Excuse me, 50. That was Brady Price there. Boyer got the best of him on that play, to say the least. Boyer, one of those guys who's not afraid to get hit. If anything, he wants that contact, and he went and seeked that right there and laid the hit there on Price. And the Comets finally starting to look like they have the fire under their tails now. Let's see how well they can go in this drive.
Yeah, again, Boyer's favorite takedown in wrestling is the blast double. He is not afraid of contact.
Yarber almost escaped towards the outside. He knew it. He was pretty mad at himself after that one. Clap the hands. Looks like just maybe 1 foot away from spinning out of that one, going home. But Comets 3rd and medium here. Great opportunity to prove themselves here on the offensive side of the ball. They've done it many times here tonight. See if they can call up a good play and get those chains rolling once again.
Either that or see if Pioneer will gift him another 1st down.
timeout is going to be taken here. Looks like Caston was going to take that one.
They're going to talk it over. We're going to say thank you. We'll be right back after this word from Rochester Ford, helping bring you this broadcast on RTC TV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Ulrich has the strategizing done. Pioneer coming back out.
Molenkoff, he's not under center, and we've seen tonight when Molenkoff passes, it's almost never coming from the under center role. Comets have two out wide in Manier and Molenkoff here. See what they do. Molenkoff back to pass. Tries to throw a dart, and that one just a ground ball.
A little late on that release.
I believe that might have been intentional. Tucker Wolver rolled out. Gavin just threw a dirt ball there. Didn't want to try to get an interception there. And Comets, I think they're going to do it over here on 4th down. Excuse me, they're going to send this one away. Caleb Chandler back to kick this one. And that one's high and soft.
Barely over the 50. I think Chandler panicked a little bit. He saw a lot of pain coming his way.
Yeah, absolutely. Pioneer dominating the size advantage here tonight.
Pioneer will start.
Just under 4 minutes left in the half. And this Comets defense is going to have to dig deep to prevent Pioneer from putting 6 more on the board before half.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just when you got to dig deep. You got to find an advantage wherever you can. You got to worry about who has the ball and also worry about your own man. And this is where the Comets can hopefully make a statement here. They haven't really done it well tonight on the defensive side, but if you're going to make a statement, it's going to be with 4 minutes to go here. Ball almost at the 50 and at the end of the first half. So if the Comets are going to do something here on the defensive side, this is a prime time to do it. Rand's back in the shotgun. That's a RPO there.
Great read by the defense. Prevented that from being potentially devastating.
And that's just one of those plays where we've seen Pioneer use that a lot. Not a lot of schools use it. It's a read there. Rand's put it in the hands of Van Meter, decides to pull it out and keep it for himself. That's when you read the cornerback, you read the defensive end, and you go wherever they're not going. Rand's ran that to perfection there. That's going to be the Van Meter. Manier and number 65, Parker Zimpelman, collective tackles there.
Just enough to move the chains. Yeah, I've got to say, Parker Zimpelman may be a freshman, but I guarantee you that as a 43-year-old man who visits the weight room, I do not want hit by that young man.
Absolutely. He's got the body of what seems to be a senior, and he can really pack a punch on the football field for sure. There's a flag out, some laundry we need to address at the end of this one. Looks like it's going to be a hold. It's going to be holding on the Panthers. So Comets get thrown a bone there. And they're going to walk this one off in the opposite direction.
And Comets with a great stop there in spite of that hold. So,
yeah, absolutely. That's just when you got to dig deep, and they're doing a better job at it. They gave up a first down just barely. This is really when you just gotta huddle around your guys. You gotta get them energized, and you gotta make a stand here, especially with only 2:45 left to play here.
Panthers now 1st and 20.
Rands in the shotgun along with Van Meter. In motion.
There's that
the
option.
RPO, as we mentioned there before, and Rands, that's looking like another touchdown.
Going all the way.
Another flag on the field. So this massive play might get wiped out entirely, and it's going to be a block in the back. I can see the referee signaling it on the field. This one's going to get marched back. That's just not something you want as a Panther. You have your guy basically walking in the end zone. The last thing you want to do is pick up a block in the back. The Comets had had one earlier, and it's just a backbreaker. It's a momentum stopper. And Micah Rands is not going to get a second touchdown tonight. They're going to walk it back. And excuse me, that was going to be on Caston. So I take back everything I said.
Unsportsmanlike then, and that's going to put 6 on the board for the Panthers.
Really did look like a block in the back. Apparently it happened before, after he scored, so the block in the back was completely wiped out. So good break there by Pioneer. And they're going to go for a PAT here.
But when he threw that play, he had not scored yet. The play was still going on, so it wasn't a dead ball at the time. It was not a dead ball when that flag came out.
PAT attempt here by Philip McFatridge, the freshman. And just by watching him tonight, he definitely has a good leg on him, and that one proves dividend right there. Almost sends it into the cornfield. So Panthers with a response once again just over 2 minutes ago.
34-6, just under 2.5 to play here in the first half. It's looking a little rough for the Comets. Gage, I'm certainly glad that I'm not going to be in that locker room here in 2.5 minutes.
Absolutely, the Comets definitely have some things to address on the defensive side of the ball. The offense, they've been keeping pace, but this defensive team really has to get their minds straight going in the second half.
But one thing that we have seen here in this second quarter is the defense has been a lot less likely to, give up only 5 or 6 yards and then give up 70 to 90 yards.
Yeah,
which was the story of the first quarter. Matter of fact, we had a 91-yard play in the first quarter. So the defense is improving against this Pioneer offense. It's just unfortunately happening in a slow enough rate that we've got a massive deficit at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. The Comets, they're making adjustments as they see it, but they always just seem to be 2 steps behind in terms of the Pioneer offense. And give credit to Pioneer where it's due. They haven't strayed from their game plan. They're trusting Micah Rands. They're trusting their running backs, and it's proved dividend. They're out here, and they're really enjoying this matchup here tonight. Yarber tries to cut it back upfield, a spin move. And good elusiveness by Yarber.
Yeah, Yarber with quite a few yards over the initial grab, brings it up to the Comets 30.
So Caston will have it with 2:15 to play here in the second quarter. Trailing 34-6. Did you come Tuesday? They'll mark it right at the 30-yard line.
Now, something that's very abnormal this season, in my experience of Pioneer football, is that they did have to cancel tomorrow's scheduled JV game because they don't have a JV squad this season.
Yeah, absolutely, but we've seen tonight it hasn't really affected them. They might be a small team. They definitely don't have enough guys as they would have in, let's say, 2018, 2017, of course, those 2 state championships, but it hasn't really affected them there tonight. They still got a solid core of guys willing to play hard for their small team, and they're doing a great job here tonight against an explosive Comets offense.
And correct me if I'm wrong, they had a shutout victory over Winnemac in the last outing.
That's exactly what happened. I did hear about that as a good run there from Yarber to start the offensive drive.
So he picked up 1 or 2. Going to put us down to 3rd and 3, it looks like.
But he gets up holding after that. They'll mark him at the
Comets in no hurry here.
Which seems a little backwards. I think that you'd want to really try to punch in a score and then still start second half with possession.
Yeah, absolutely. You might just want to see what your guys are doing. They're going to go all deep here. That's a pretty interesting play call, but it worked out. Yarber's going to get out of bounds. That's one of the plays I run in Madden. That's just when you send everyone down the field. You pull as many guys as you can down with you, and you just take Yarber, who we've seen been so elusive this season. He just makes stuff happen. So,
and great interference run there by Ashton Boyer. He took a big hit there as he just frustrated the Panthers defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never seen a play like that, but you got to give credit where credit's due. That was a terrific play call there, and it got him the yards needed. Back to Yarber. He's going to try to cut it towards the left side of the field. Unfortunately, he might just get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Comets going to use their final timeout here with 45 seconds remaining.
I almost feel like this timeout was to stop the clock as much as anything.
Yeah, absolutely. This Comets team, they're running low on time here. You might just see Coach Ulrich relay probably 3 to 4 plays to Molenkoff to try to fire off quickly one after another. So right now they're probably strategizing how they're going to end their first half. So we'll see what the Comets can dial up here in a dire situation here with only 45 seconds left.
Yeah, you absolutely want to chip into this deficit because at this point, the Comets are scant few points away from looking at a running clock second half, which makes it so much harder to regain that ground.
Which ended up being capped off by a 52-yard run by Michael Reyes.
Typical personnel in for the Comets have Yarber, Molenkoff brothers, Lucius Edison in the standard offensive line here. So the entire playbook's open here on this play. Comets could pretty much call anything. You got 2 out wide. I expect a pass here. It's a rollout. Ashton Boyer, and that's going to be an incompletion. Saved by the bell there. Could have been a fumble, but that's one of the things. You see the ball fly out. You look over to the ref. He signals incomplete, and you're so relieved because
absolutely.
The last thing you want is turn the ball over on your own side of the field with 40 seconds left, and we've seen Pioneer Phil Confactor. He's got a leg on him. He can bury some field goals deep, and the last thing you want is getting up another 6 to 3 points before the break.
Well, and furthermore, we watched Pioneer score in only 5 to 15 seconds, more than once in the first quarter.
Back to Yarber, going to be a block. See if he can cut it back upfield. Good.
Unfortunately,
there by Molenkoff, but that's just, once again, not going to get very far up the field. If I'm Caston, I might just let it run out. But Pioneers are not going to let that happen. They're going to call a timeout here.
And the ball is marked at the Pioneer 48-yard line. It is 4th and 8.
Looks like Yarber got 2 on that. 4th and 8.
30 seconds left. Comets, they might try to fire one down the field to get the first down, but at the same time, you don't want to get a turnover on downs. And Pioneer have a short field, have a great field position, and go in the opposite direction. So we'll see what the Comets do here, but at the end of the day, if you look at the scoreboard, you cannot play scared anymore. You got to get something going on the offensive side of the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Comets try to dial something up here. That looks like...
Doesn't look like the punt team out there.
Yep. Yarber is back in the quarterback position. You got Gage Manier and Logan Molenkoff out wide. Snap to Yarber, cut back upfield,
and
it's going to be stopped around 3 yards short. So a turnover on downs. Pioneer will take over with 24 seconds left in this first half.
We're going to need to see the Caston defense from the opening plays of the second quarter. The first quarter Caston defense cannot come out to play. And yes, we're talking about the same guys for anybody confused at home. But the mentality there, because 24 seconds is more than enough time for Pioneer to put 6 more on the board if the if the Caston defense doesn't show up here.
That's about 3 plays. So if the Comets can lock in here for 3 plays, doesn't matter the downs. They can look good, but that's just going to be a blast.
That's going to be 6 more on the board.
Noah Van Meter, once again, 6 points. He's having himself a night. He's going to be surprised when he sees that stat sheet at the end of this one.
Caston, 1 successful PAT away from a running clock second half.
It's been an unfortunate outing for the Comets here tonight. The offense, they've shown flashes, but unfortunately flashes, they can't get it done in the course of a 4-quarter football game, maybe a 15-minute game, maybe a 10-minute game, but in terms of a full game, it can't get it done. You can have a couple good plays, but at the end of the day, you're going to need 6 points to get something brewing, and the Comets just unfortunately have only got that to happen once.
Yeah, that first offensive drive of the Comets really did a great job answering the Pioneer offense. And then ever since then, that Pioneer defense, I think that they took that personal, and they've really gotten tough. As it's almost makes me think of tractor pull weight. The further you get down the strip, the heavier that gets. And that's exactly the way this Pioneer defense has looked tonight. That the Comets offense in the backfield, in their own backfield, they look really good against the Pioneer defense. And then the closer they get to the Pioneer red zone, and the closer they get to the Pioneer goal line, it just gets tougher and tougher and tougher until there's been a turnover on downs or a punted away ball. Now, that said, 15 seconds is absolutely enough time for the Comets to answer here.
Yeah, how would you like to end the half with a run back for a touchdown? We've seen it happen almost before, but looks like it's going to be the Panthers. A missed kick bounces off. It might have been number 51, Luke Hipsher. Nothing's going the way of the Comets here. That was not intentional. Onside kick, or at least I don't think so. But Panthers going to get this one back. With we've seen it plenty of time to score a touchdown here with the Panthers.
Absolutely. This is just barely less time than what they needed to put the last 6 on the board.
And they're going to knee it, so strategic play call there. They'd rather just take this one to half, get this first half over with, and both teams are going to regroup. Pioneer might as well just keep up what they're doing, but the Comets, they got to find some answers on both sides of the football.
100%. Well, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We're going to see how Caston does after a break, after some stretching time, and see they're going to mentally regroup, hopefully. They're going to receive a kickoff, and we're looking for more points on the board to start the second half. So we're going to step away. We're going to thank our sponsors. We'll be back in, 15 minutes here on RTC
As
TV.
you see them, you make personnel switches if needed, and you go out there and you keep on competing, and that's what the Panthers have done the entire night. The Comets, like we said before, they've had flashes here and there, but at the end of the day, it always comes down to, can you score points? Because one play very often is not going to get you 6 points. Yarber's firing towards the left side. He made something out of nothing there.
Tackled by his shoelaces.
That's going to be a horse collar tackle there, so the Comets going to get some more yardage tacked on at the end of this one. So good start here for the Comets, and if you're the Comets, you're just going to try to play aggressively. You're going to send your guys out, tell them, don't worry about the score. we're playing for us right now. We're not playing for anything else except getting better, and that's just what you got to go out and do with the mentality. It's all or nothing right now. You got running clock, but you got plenty of time to do it. So the Comets, they got to come out here. They got to try to find something.
You know, and maybe there's a certain pressure that's taken off at this point. And that whole, we're just going to play for us and just to play to get better might just be what it takes to turn the tide of this game. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, especially, and the Comets had a lot of expectations coming to this one, especially playing the rival from across the Highway 25, and the pressure's kind of out of this one. So the Comets, they're just going to try to find something to build, and we do unfortunately have a Panther down on the field. An official timeout will be called, and we're praying that he's going to be all right. That is Leonel Martinez, the sophomore.
With the temps of the day and with the point we are in the game, it would kind of not surprise me to see this be a cramp, but I also didn't see the hit that led to this.
Excuse me, that was Blair Burns there. He's down on the field, not Martinez. He's okay, but we're praying for Burns right now. It does look like a cramp, nothing too serious, hopefully, and he should be all right after a couple stretches. Yep, he's back up on his feet. Looks like he's doing all right. Just over the course of a game, both teams small rosters, so you're going to see cramps happen. These guys, they're coming out and competing no matter the score, and we're glad that Mr. Burns is okay right there, and we'll get back to playing this one.
Stop for the injury, but it'll start back up once the Blair Burns is cleared the field. You see everything okay? Yeah, I was just picked the gun. I don't want to this was yeah, you have to maneuver yourself. So 2nd and 10.
Molenkoff back in the shotgun. Handoff towards the right side. That's Yarber. Excuse me, left side. Minimal gain right there.
And see another Panther limping. Number 3, Eli Guffey, limping towards the sideline. I think that we're having some more cramping issues there. Of course, that running clock really shortens a game already under the 10-minute mark here in the third quarter.
Molenkoff here on the third down. Rolls out, and that's going to be a sack. Unfortunate third down, and the Comets, they're going to send out, looks like to be their punt team here.
Gonna have to. There's no way you risk a turnover on downs that deep in your own territory. 4th and a parking lot there.
Fourth down, they lost about 4 yards. Yeah, they lost 4 yards. It's going to be 4th down and about 14 yards to go.
Low snap there, an absolute rocket there by Caleb Chandler, and that's
Great
a way to
punt.
give the defense a good helping, see if they can make the tackle. Rands cuts back upfield. He's going to get out of bounds at around the 30-yard line, so great job there by Rands to make something out of nothing there, but an absolute beauty there by Caleb Chandler.
Great punt all the way around. No flags on that play.
Yep, that's the way you want it if you're punting and you got all that field. Just hit it low and get it plenty of room to roll down there, and it did right there. And the Comets defense, they're in a pretty good situation right here to make their first job onto the field here on the defensive side to see if they can string together three plays, get off the field, and put the offense back out there. Comets have one deep safety, rolls out. That's a cut back up the middle of the field.
That's going to move the chains, and that looks like it's going to go all the way to the end zone.
Yarber catching up. Yarber might be able to bring him down, and unfortunately not going to happen. And that's going to be a flag on Yarber. Touchdown is good there by the Panthers, and we're going to have some laundry to address here for the Comets. Yarber, he was tracking towards that ball, but ultimately when he gets into the end zone, the play is dead. You cannot make a play. No need to, really. Yarber finishes the play, and that might be addressed on the opening kickoff. They might decide to address on the first down. We'll see how that plays out here.
And ultimately, that might be addressed by the coaching staff.
They're going to go for 2.
They're going to go for 2 here. So they will address the penalty on the kickoff. There'll be a 15-yard penalty. And Rands and this Pioneer offense, they're going to go for 2.
On Yarber. Late hit.
Rands running towards the left pylon, punches it in for 2. And that's just the agility and the speed we've seen from Rands all night. Takes it towards the left side, lowers the shoulder, gets past the pylon, and tacks on another 2 here for this dominant Pioneer offense.
Yeah, Rands and Van Meter, man, they've been the story of the night.
They've been the heart of this team. They've had a high majority of the breakout plays, and they're just continuing to do it here tonight.
Well, Pioneer will kick it back to Caston after this word from our sponsors. You're watching Panthers and Comets football here on RTC TV. Well, the score as it stands right now, Pioneer Panthers 49, Caston Comets 6 at home in the Comet Crater. And Comets, wherever the ball is spotted after this kickoff, or excuse me, we've moved the line of kickoff 15 yards, and they're going to do a short kick, and it looks like Pioneer may recover this.
Ball rolled down inside the 30.
And it looks like it was recovered by the Panthers.
Guys just can't find a break here tonight. And unfortunately, they're going to have nights like that. All teams do when things just aren't going your way. And the Comets, they've pretty clearly had the shorter end of the stick here tonight.
Well, I've got to say, I think that once you've already got that kickoff point adjusted by 15 yards, a shorter kick, well, I mean, why would you intentionally boot it clear past the end zone and give your opponent that advantageous ball placement?
Yeah, absolutely. That's just when you hit a little one of those high, soft ones out there, you can send your guys down the field and meet them where they will receive it. And Pioneer gets a little bit more than what they asked for. They're able to get the ball back, and we'll see what they do now. Another run, why not? Cuts back up the field.
Got a flag up.
A lot of laundry this half, I must say. Game kind of out of reach here for the Comets, but refs aren't letting anything slide.
Well, the Comets getting frustrated by this point.
That's going to be a block in the back there on Pioneer. So Comets, they're gonna get a little bit of helping hand here from the Zebras as they're going to get marked back. And we will, I believe, redo first down.
So that'll be 1st and 15.
And they need to get it to, the 18? First down. So it'll be 1st and 16.
4 1/4 left here in the third quarter.
Timeout has been called.
Pioneer timeout. And as they talk strategy, we're going to thank our sponsors. We'll be back after this word from the Steve Moore Agency. Thank you for watching Comets and Panthers football here on RTC TV. And teams back on the gridiron.
Looks like a substitution has been made for Micah Rands. That is number 14, Jason Golth.
What? I mean, that was an incredible run there by Shiloh Ryan.
Yep, he's in for 6, so Panthers continuing to strengthen their grip here on the Comets. And that's just what they've outmatched the Comets here tonight, and has been speed and agility. You can see the Comets, most of their competition, Comets have actually been quicker. They just haven't been stronger or bigger. But this Panthers team has excelled in their ability to get out and run in the open field, and we've seen it many, many, many times tonight, and they just give you another example there on that last play. So like I was saying, Jason Golth is the sophomore. He subbed in for Rands, and of course, Rands has had a spectacular night here as Comets really wrap up that one. That's Gavin Molenkoff. But Rands, he's had a spectacular night. Whenever you can get your starting quarterback off the field, the last thing you want is Rands to get an injury when the game's already decided.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan's was just short of the goal line there, so Pioneer now 2nd and goal.
Where's the football? It's in the official's hands. He needs to put it down somewhere. Where's he going with it? He's got it about the 8-yard line.
So 2nd and goal, about 7 to go.
Or no, second and goal.
Yeah, that's just one of the things you got to learn, especially as a young quarterback. When you're down in the 2 and you're going to get sacked, just try to throw it away, try to get it out of bounds, and unfortunately not able to do it there for the Panthers. They will gain some yards back here on the 2nd down, but it won't be a lot.
Under the 2-minute mark left here in the 3rd. 3rd and goal
from the 6. Panthers taking their time on this offensive position. No need to rush. Just over a minute, 30 seconds in this 3rd quarter. 10 seconds left on the play clock. They're taking their time. They got one receiver out wide, Carter Mitz. They're going to run it right up the middle again.
And that's going to put them in.
That's just what this Panthers team has done so well. Comets are going to try to contain the quarterback, but when that happens, you're going to have a one-on-one matchup when it comes to the middle linebacker and the running back. And the Comets, they have not won that battle here tonight. We're going to go for 2 here. So roll out towards the right. Cutting back in. Excuse me, I got faked on that handoff right there. That will not be enough to punch it in.
That is enough, though, to put Pioneer up 55-6 over the Comets. And with no 15-yard penalty, perhaps the Comets kickoff return team will get a hold of this football and get another opportunity. Just 37 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. So it'll all but be 4th quarter before we know it. We're going to step away, thank our sponsors. We'll be right back here on RTC TV4. 37 seconds remain here in the 3rd quarter. As the Panthers take the field to again send the football to the Comets.
Again, all night long, Caston has shown no resistance defensively.
Low squib kick, fielded by the Comets. That was number 55 there for the Comets. That was London Hurd there, the heads-up play, the freshman. Able to dive on that. And the Comets going to get some pretty good field position here to start. Looks like they're going to wait for the score to run out.
I was going to say, if I'm the Comets, I just wait start back in the fourth quarter. We're going to go ahead and take our between quarter break and come back for fourth quarter action. Pioneer Panthers lead 55-6 here at the Comet Crater here on RTC TV. Comets have already taken the field. They're ready to get this fourth quarter underway, just waiting for the Panthers to come back out. Definitely a complete line change here for the Panthers.
Yep. Looks like the Panthers going to go ahead and put out their, looks like their second stringers, third stringers, this young group, give them some experience, and fumble on the field. That's going to be picked up by the Panthers.
First play of the fourth quarter.
Ashton Boyer looking to run right through the defensive line, and I mean, props to him for the hit. He definitely made it through, but unfortunately got the football stripped in the process. Almost a situation of stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. Coach Ulrich can't be happy about that.
Yeah, we'll get a first look at this brand new Pioneer offense here. Pretty much a substitution at every single position of the 11 guys on the field. We saw Jason Golth come in last drive, and looks like the offensive line and skill positions are going to be flipped as well. So this is where the Comets, they can hopefully take advantage of this second string, third string lineup and get a 3-and-out. How about that?
Yeah, we've got a Comets defense that was able to slow down the first stringers. So it'll be interesting to see what they're able to do against the second, third stringers. Officials are going to blow that play dead.
Yeah, good swarm tackle there by the Comets defensive line. Be a minimal gain there, and we'll see a second down.
Gage, would you believe me if I told you already 2 minutes gone in this fourth quarter?
Yeah, this quarter's going pretty fast. We've already seen the Comets have their entire possession, and that's going to be a false start. Pretty obvious call there. That's what we're going to see with a young group. These guys, they're going to come out here, they're going to play, and that's actually going to be on the Comets. Excuse me. Comets also have a couple of new subs out there, some young guys, and when you're on defense, you're going to come out to play, and unfortunately, Comets going to jump offsides and get in the neutral zone in there. So a free 5 yards here. And we'll see what the Panthers do here on second down, second and short. Under center, run right up the middle. That one's going to be a good tackle there by the Comets defense. But they're finally moving together as a cohesive unit, swarming up these tackles. And it's been a good showing so far on this possession here for the Comets. And hopefully they can get one more. And if they need a fourth down, hopefully they can get that as well.
Yep, third and about 4 to go.
Run
that might be enough.
Looks like it is going to. They're going to go ahead and move those chains. So this new Pioneer offense is going to get their first down of the game there. Parker Zimmerman is going to come out here for the Comets.
Just short of the 35-yard line. Just trying to
Sweeping towards the outside, cut back up middle. That's going to be a touchdown, but there is laundry on the field. That was Cole Franklin running in for the touchdown, junior 5'7". That's going to be a penalty on the Panthers, though, so the ball will be brought back Good blocking though, but it looks like won't result in any points there for the Panthers.
Isabel Benetton, Izzy Garrison, Savannah Moss, Jordan Park, Jamie Prater,
That's going to bring it back for a gain of about 2.
The Cowboy cheer squad is coached by Tony King.
He's out in front of the field, but he's going to mark him at the 33-yard line. So he's getting a marking from the spot of the foul, which was the 23.
33.
Marking back to 33. Still first down, so it's first and 8
They marked it from the spot.
from the 33-yard line.
How big does it
Jason Bluth over center, hands it again off to
Handoff right back towards the right side, cut back upfield, same exact play call. And it looks like Cole Franklin will get his touchdown that he had. I believe that was the same exact play call they called earlier, except this time they did not get an offensive penalty. And 6 points there for the new group of Panthers. And we'll see if they go for 1 or 2 right here.
33-yard run by Cole Franklin.
Brody Brewer comes in for Braxton Mills-Taylor. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Might as well. You just want to get these young guys some experience whenever you can. So when you have a lead like this, might as well try to go for 2. See what you can build on. There's going to be an option play. He's going to find the end zone once again for another 2 points.
That's definitely demoralizing for the Comets to have the second, third stringers even get one into your end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. For the Comets, they're probably already looking forward to wrapping this one up and getting ready for next week. Nothing left to give in this game. Looks like they left it out on the field there tonight, but unfortunately, just couldn't get them across the finish line to beat this Pioneer team. But we saw a very promising first quarter, and there were flashes of some great things, but at the end of the day, you can't have 3 or 4 flashes of really good plays, really good players. That's just not going to cut it. You need to see it time and time again, and in a row to maintain a good drive. And unfortunately, the Comets, they've had some explosive plays, but they haven't been able to translate that into points. And that's kind of been the story for the Comets this year. They've had a lot of explosive plays, a lot of explosive players, but just not able to tie it all together and put a bow on it and get their first win. But once again, we're seeing promising things. They're training in the right direction, ignoring the scoreboard. They're trolling in the right direction, and hopefully they can finally punch one in the left-hand column next week. It's going to be a return and a kneel there by a Gageman error. No need to take the hit there for 2 or 3 extra yards, especially when this one's been decided. And Comets, their young group's going to go in there and see what they can muster up here. Braxton Mills-Taylor, not Braxton Mills-Taylor. That is Braxton Enyer, the third-string quarterback, starting quarterback for the JV team. He's going to come in here tonight. I believe this is his first varsity action of the season, and we'll see what he can muster up here for this new Comets team.
Certainly be great to see them put 6 more on the board just for a moral victory, if nothing else.
Absolutely. We got a very young group. That's going to be a direct snap to London Hurd on the carry there. His older brother Noah is a offensive tackle and defensive tackle here tonight, and his younger brother here getting some carries to start this last quarter of play.
Looks like he got about a third of the way to moving the chains.
Yep, good start. Let's see if the Comets can keep that rolling.
4.5 minutes left in this ball game.
Nothing to find there. London Hurd once again on that carry.
Basically just back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
Caston 37-yard line. So, lots of...
Cayman Brown, the freshman, is going to come out of this one. Oh, bobbled snap there. It would retain possession, though.
Lost it too, though.
So Braxton, and your nerves getting to him a little bit. He's a young dude. Has a lot of potential. I've seen him play. He's trending in the right direction, but he's got to get a lot more reps in before he's going to become a complete player. But he's definitely in the right direction as a freshman. That's where you want to be. He's trending in the right direction, but kind of getting thrown in a situation here against the Panthers team who's just been good for the entire night. Direct snap back to London Hurd. He's going to get as much as he can, but to no avail here.
And they'll turn it over on downs on their own 37 or so.
I would not be surprised if this Panthers team just goes ahead and calls it a day here, kneels it 3 times, and sends us on their way. Might need just 1 first down. Not sure what the time situation is going to be looking like when they do get up there.
Play clock go down as far as they can. They're always looking
10 seconds left in this play clock. Might just go ahead and take the delay of game. They're going to hustle out there, and they're not going to make it, so a flag is going to be on the play, and that's just one thing that you just got to get better at as a young unit is time management. Got the play call off, but not able to snap it. And they'll march it back. Doesn't really affect the outcome of this game much, though. Yeah, and actually, they don't even need to snap the ball here.
Yeah, I almost wonder if that wasn't an intentional penalty just to get them to the point that they could just knee it out.
Yep. Looks like they're going to snap it at the very last second as this play clock winds down. And looks like that's what they're going to do. In victory formation, they're going to need one more play here to end it. And
35 seconds on the play clock.
As soon as that play clock hits 40 seconds, they can go ahead and snap it and meet up the center field, but going to need one more play before this one's in the books.
1-2 in Hoosier North Athletic Conference play. Pioneer will go to 2-0.
So it will be Pioneer winning this battle in the Comet Crater, beating the Comets 6-63 here, and that's going to be the ball game.
I'm not a fan of when John Harrell's wrong in this kind of way for us. Congratulations to the visiting Pioneer Panthers. Some really great plays, a lot of huge yardage for Van Meter and for Rands. And, credits where credit's due.
Yeah, absolutely. The Panthers came here to play tonight, and they really wanted to put on a staple. They really want to put out a statement here tonight for all of RTC to see, and we definitely noticed. They looked complete. They looked like they were working as a cohesive unit, and that dual threat of Rands and Van Meter is really tricky to defend.
Absolutely. Well, we will be back next Friday as Caston hosts South Central. So until next time, we appreciate your viewership, and we wish the best of luck to all of the Comets athletes who will be competing tomorrow. Cross country will be going to Tippecanoe Valley. The Varsity Comets soccer team, I believe they're at home. I could be wrong about that. And I haven't seen the volleyball schedule, but it's a Saturday in volleyball season. I'm sure that they're playing somewhere. So until next time, for RTC, I'm Blair Zimmerman.
And I'm Gage Thomas.
Good night.